There is a survivor of America's Revolutionary War. And if it could talk, surely some of the greatest stories would be told. This survivor repelled the elements and several military campaigns to keep General Washington and his commanders safe and dry. It's George Washington's tent, and we learn more about the life and struggle of this fated fabric and cook up some fantastic meals along the way. We'll be making a lentil stew with rabbit and venison sausage, followed by a pot au feu, translation pot and fire, a rutabaga and collard greens ragu, and we're finishing it off with George Washington's famous whiskey cake, as we give you a taste of history. So the first recipe today is a lentil stew. And lentils, like so many legumes, were very popular in the 18th century. The reason for it is they traveled extremely well in burlap bags. The only thing to remember, if you're trying to make this recipe at home, and by the way, this is a very popular dish. Where I come from, the Black Forest, lentils are eaten at least once a week, guaranteed. You have to soak the lentils overnight so that they swell up, because you could not cook them from the dry stage straight on. Now today's recipe is unique in itself that it uses rabbit. I have some nice baby rabbits right here, and all I'm going to do is just chop them up in any piece. There's really no right, no wrong. It depends how you like it. Now rabbit is readily available to any butcher. For today, I'm just cutting it like 8 to 10 pieces, and you take the entire rabbit into it because it's also for the flavor. So now I'm just going to put a little salt on this rabbit, pepper, and I have a Dutchie already getting hot behind me. This is schmaltz with crackling underneath. Crackling is pigskin. Okay, so now we want to get this pot nice and hot. So now the rabbit goes in, the pan is nice and warm. You don't want to have too much heat in there because we're going to literally cook the rabbit 80% done, and then we add the lentils into it. Now I add some bacon into it, and the bacon that I have has the skin on it. The skin we're not going to discard. Trim the skin off. And the skin goes right into the rabbit in the back in a second. Then I take the bacon and chop it down. So I'm going to add the bacon into the rabbit right now. Now what I got to do is chop a few onions, a little garlic, a little carrot, add it all into it, top it off with the lentils, and let it cook. We'll chop the onion, just coarse chop. Some garlic, coarse again, nothing fine. Carrot, I'm just going to do a little bit of carrot in there for the flavor, nice and sweet. And you can just cut it either you like it. A dice is fine, a julienne is fine. It's your preference, whatever you like. And now I want to get a couple of potatoes. And the potato I'll just cut in a dice. There we go. Just for the seasoning, some bay leaf. I'm lucky I got fresh ones today, and a little bit of thyme. And it all goes in. But first, I want to deglaze the rabbit a little bit because I want to make sure the rabbit is nice and tender before I add anything else into it. So I'll take a little white wine and then some stock. I'm ready to add all my vegetables, potato, the bay leaf, and the thyme. You watch my show many times, you see me cooking with fresh herbs. Today I'm cooking on a campsite for George Washington. Fresh herbs during the winter time would not be available, so the dry thyme will equally work. And now basically I'm ready, the rabbit is ready to go. Add all this into the pan. I want to put the landing. The flavor is unbelievable. So now the lentils, you have to really soak them overnight. You could not cook them from a dry stage, impossible. So you add the lentils into it. You could add water or a stock. In my particular case, I have a little beef stock that I have made before. I add beef stock into it. Now I'm going to stir this whole thing up. It's going to take about half an hour or so to cook. Basically, the dish is done when the lentils are completely starting to disintegrate. I transferred from my braising pot into the stewing pot, very important. And now all I want to make sure, I'll check now on the spices, make sure the salt is right, make sure the pepper is right, and then I let it simmer away. Oh, fantastic. Really, really great. So the last thing I got to do is get my beautiful venison sausage that is smoked. I'm going to cut up some pieces of it on the bias, like so. So look at how beautiful those lentils are disintegrated. Get a piece of rabbit in it. Put my smoked venison sausage on top. So my lentil stew with rabbit and the smoked venison sausage is a spectacular, spectacular flavor. And I'm sure our troops were able to win the war with food like that.